Hello and welcome to this module where we get familiar with Azure Cost Management. Before we dive into the portal, let's take some time to go over what exactly Azure Cost Management is. Azure Cost Management is a tool in the Azure portal that provides insight into Azure costs. It provides visibility into current and past Azure spending. Cost Management provides accountability by associating costs to subscriptions, resource types, resource groups, and tags. All of these items are covered in this course. Just as important as viewing current and past costs is predicting future expenses. Forecasting uses past costs to predict future spending. Recommendations provide cost savings options based on Azure Advisor recommendations. It's nice of Microsoft to point out cost-saving measures to their customers. Azure Advisor provides that along with security, high availability, and other recommendations. Think of cost management as a continuous process. Getting visibility into expenses leads to better labeling of expenses in Azure. As that improves, so will forecasting, and as data is collected, Azure Advisor recommendations suggest ways of cutting costs further. As we get started with Azure Cost Management, we need to review the different types of billing accounts available. Not every Azure account is created equally. For users who sign up on the website, there's the Microsoft Online Service Program. This could include the free Microsoft accounts, pay-as-you-go, or Visual Studio subscriptions. Many organizations use enterprise agreements to negotiate pricing with Microsoft. These subscriptions are created when an organization signs an EA that includes Azure. A Microsoft customer agreement may be created when a company works with a Microsoft representative to sign up for Azure. Some organizations in select regions may also get a customer agreement when signing up for a pay-as-you-go or upgrading a free account to pay-as-you-go. Azure customers who work with a cloud solutions provider or CSP also have access to cost management. It may need to be enabled. Contact the CSP for information on accessing Azure Cost Management. To understand billing, we need to discuss billing scope. Azure is set up in a hierarchy. The specific details of how bills are generated and costs are viewed depend on the type of account in use. For example, with a Microsoft Online Service Program, the billing account is the agreement between the customer and Microsoft to use and pay for services. The subscription is a group of resources that accumulate charges. Invoices, payments, and cost data accumulate at the subscription level. An enterprise agreement can be organized with one or more department accounts and subscriptions. Invoices and payments are at the billing account scope. With a Microsoft customer agreement, the billing profile is the agreement between the customer and Microsoft, and can contain one or more billing profiles. Services are invoiced and payments are managed at the billing profile. Invoice sections are used to group costs, such as subscriptions and Azure Marketplace items. For a Microsoft partner agreement used with a CSP, the billing account represents the agreement to manage Microsoft products. Invoices are managed at the billing profile, and costs of subscriptions and purchases are scoped at the customer level. It's important to understand the different locations where billing data is scoped. Some options will only be available for specific billing account types. For example, a Microsoft Online Service Program is scoped at the subscription, while an enterprise agreement is scoped at the billing account. A Microsoft customer agreement is scoped at the billing profile, while a Microsoft partner agreement is scoped at the customer. Next, we're going to take a quick look at the portal. If you have access to Azure Cost Management and Billing in the portal, you can follow along. If not, I included screenshots, and we go over setting up access in the next module. The portal is laid out with a menu bar on the left. You can locate services by going to All Services, then search for an Azure service. If you hover over the service in the results, you'll see a flyout menu with a star on the right side. Click on the star to add the service to your favorites. Speaking of flyouts, your left side menu may be set to flyout. That, along with other options such as the theme, can be set by going to the gear icon at the top of the portal. Here you can set the menu to docked or flyout and access the other settings as well. Our home for the majority of this course will be the Cost Management and Billing portal. Going to the Cost Management and Billing portal in this example takes us to the billing scope. This displays the scopes available in the directory for this user. The example shows two billing account types, Microsoft Customer Agreement and a Microsoft Online Service Program. Let's select the first one, Microsoft Customer Agreement. Notice it shows this scope is a billing account. Under that is the overview and the access control. This is where we can set permissions to access the billing scope. Under that are the cost management tools, including cost analysis, cost alert, budgets, and advisor recommendations. We'll go into each of these in upcoming modules. Under that is billing. We can view invoices, reservations, recurring charges, subscriptions, and billing profiles. If we go to billing profiles, we only have one listed. We could have multiple billing profiles with a Microsoft Customer Agreement. This example only has one billing profile. Remember from the previous slide, Microsoft Customer Agreements are scoped at the billing profile. Going back to the previous page, under Settings, we can change our billing scope, view properties, set up payment methods, and export data. Under Support and Troubleshooting, we have a spot to open a new support request. That was the Microsoft Customer Agreement. Let's go into the other scope, the Microsoft Online Services. That takes us to another location where we can view the subscriptions in the directory. Let's review the previous slide that shows Microsoft Online Services. It shows the invoice, billing, and payments are at the subscription scope. In the portal, we see two subscriptions because that's where the billing and payments are scoped for this type of account. Let's view one of the subscriptions next. I know this may seem small on the screen, but that's okay. We'll review the full screen version shortly. I only want to point out that we see a lot more options on the left. This is because we're looking at the subscription, not the billing profile. Also, under billing, there's no billing profile. That's because this type of account doesn't use them. We'll spend more time in the portal coming up. For now, let's review what we've covered in this module. We started with an overview of Azure Cost Management, what it is and what it's for. Then we moved on to the types of billing accounts available with Azure and how billing is scoped with each. It's important to understand the type of account you're using and how it's scoped for the demos coming up. Lastly, we viewed how to access the Azure Cost Management and Billing portal and did a quick overview of how to access two different billing scopes. Thank you for joining me in this module. I look forward to seeing you in the next.